Well, Donald, I do hope you'll reconsider to meet me on the debate stage. Because as the saying goes, if you've got something to say it to my face.
What happens when Vice President Kamala Harris faces off against former President Donald Trump? With President Biden officially out of the race, the spotlight is on Harris. She's committed to debating Trump on September 10th, whether or not he shows up.
And I'll tell you, I'm ready to debate Donald Trump. I have agreed to the previously agreed upon September 10th.
In a statement first shared with The Hill, Harris's campaign communications director, Michael Tyler, confirmed that she will attend the ABC face-off originally planned between Trump and Biden. She made a strong showing in the 2020 Democratic primary, and it remains to be seen if she can capitalize on that momentum and sustain it this time around. Let's take a look at how Harris could fare in a race against former President Donald Trump.
Donald Trump simply does not have the character to be President of the United States.
As the 2024 election heats up, Vice President Kamala Harris faces a challenging campaign trail. Yet, she holds several key advantages over her rivals, including former President Donald Trump. One significant advantage for Harris is her strong appeal to women, particularly around issues of health care and reproductive rights.
This is a fight for freedom. The fundamental freedom of a woman to make decisions about her own body.
A recent Wall Street Journal poll highlights that abortion is a pivotal issue for suburban women in swing states, with many finding Trump's stance too restrictive. Harris's candidacy also has the potential to invigorate support among Black voters, a critical bloc whose enthusiasm waned during the Biden administration. With younger voters expressing concerns over Biden's ability to lead, Harris steps in as a fresh, dynamic alternative, resonating with the energy and values of a new generation. In a recent Emerson College poll, younger voters, especially those aged 18 to 29, showed the least motivation to vote. Harris's presence on the ticket could change that, as she embodies a vision of a multicultural and unified America.
It's the younger Democrats, which is, in my opinion, the base of the party. And it's more than just voting. It's about canvassing. It's about phone calling. It's about get out the vote efforts.
We cannot do it without all of your help.
All of this is part of the campaign that I think was lacking with Biden, and that's why we have Harris to see if we can capture that energy that has been missing.
Harris's background as a prosecutor also gives her an edge in debates. During her 2020 presidential run, she demonstrated formidable debating skills that garnered her national attention.
You know, there was a little girl in California who was part of the second class to integrate her public schools, and she was bused to school every day. And that little girl was me.
Her strong performance in the vice presidential debate against Mike Pence highlighted her ability to command the stage and articulate her positions clearly, which will be crucial against a seasoned debater like Trump.
Well, let's get no, but Susan, this is important.
Susan,
I want to add, but if, Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
Recent polls, such as those from Emerson College, indicate that Kamala Harris is currently trailing behind Donald Trump. However, it's important to remember that polls reflect voters' sentiments at a specific point in time. These results were collected before the assassination attempt on Trump and before Biden's withdrawal from the race.
Take a look at what happened.
When we're looking at these polls prior to the announcement, these are hypothetical candidates, and we ask voters who really haven't taken much time to think about these individuals, so they give you a knee-jerk reaction generally based on name recognition. With Harris, you see lower numbers in some of these demographics, but over the course of a few weeks, I expect to see them bounce back in her favor.
In a direct contest against Trump, experts believe Harris will need to demonstrate her strength as a leader. According to a Monmouth University poll, 44% of voters are seeking a candidate with strong leadership qualities.
This is a person that is not shy on confidence.
Nobody knows the system better than me.
With people who are already sort of ideologically aligned and therefore also see Trump as an effective leader, he's in a prime position to demonstrate this idea of, I am the leader of the free world.
One of Harris's most significant challenges will be her stance on immigration.
As president, I will bring back the border security bill that Donald Trump killed, and I will sign it into law.
show Donald Trump what real leadership looks like.
My trip to Guatemala and Mexico was about addressing the root causes.
Kamala had one job, and that was to fix the border. Now imagine her in charge of the entire country.
Ultimately, some experts argue this election may hinge more on personalities than policies. If Harris replaces Biden, it would necessitate a shift in the Trump campaign's strategy.
Trump has spent so much time the last 3.5 years on Biden.
Could you imagine if Biden was up here and the teleprompters didn't work?
And we'll see how he's able to make his case against Harris.
They can't decide which of their candidates is more unfit to be president, sleepy, crooked Joe Biden or laughing Kamala.
With Harris as the candidate, it remains to be seen how Trump will adjust his approach. With Harris entering the race now, she becomes the latest presidential candidate to join an election since 1968, following Biden, who has been the presumptive nominee since March.
It's a very short onboarding process. Joe Biden, Donald Trump, they've been around. While Vice President Harris has had an extensive career, it's certainly not nearly as long as these other two candidates.
A critical decision ahead for Harris is choosing her vice president, a choice that could significantly impact her campaign's regional and demographic appeal. Experts believe that Harris's best path forward may involve reassembling the diverse coalition that supported Obama in 2008.
The Obama coalition that we saw in 2008. Can you bring that group back together?
That's a coalition of robust historical turnout African Americans, dominating amongst Latinos, and really holding your own amongst white voters and rural voters, so that way there's no more bleed to the Republican Party.
Democrats admired Obama for his ability to connect with diverse groups and inspire them.
Yes, we can!
If candidate Harris is able to speak with that confidence and be able to rally groups with her voice, would be an exceptional game changer in this race.